They just finished the final episode for The Penguin Show. Season 1, 8 episodes. What'd you think?
Absolutely perfect is what I thought.
I don't know about perfect.
Absolutely
It was good.
perfect. And I really wish that everything could be this good.
If I was going to give it a rating 1 out of 10, it would be 7.9.
Shut up. I think this show really changes things because previously we've seen this good of characterization, this amount of intrigue with writing a story and presenting it in series format. We've seen it in Game of Thrones, and then it kind of fell apart. Again, we're seeing it with House of the Dragon again, but it's also a timepiece. We haven't really seen it since Sopranos, and then we get something in 2024 that is a series to bridge two movies, two theatrical Warner Brothers Batman movies, and it's just solely focused on this super fascinating, appreciated Batman villain, right?
Yeah.
And it's so good.
I've heard a lot of the critiques for this show. Like, people don't like it. And no, people love the show. And the reason why they don't like it as much as like a perfect show is because it's in the Batman universe. They say like, oh, these characters would be better if they just created a standalone show. And I'm like, maybe this does feel very like they're trying to do something outside of Batman, but they want to do the crime boss aspect of Gotham, but they don't want to talk about Batman. So they don't give us the Batman thing, but they give us Gotham.
No, I think when people say that, they're just looking for something to complain about. I think it's dumb. Yeah, no, I think that's so stupid to try to say, oh, it's a little bit not as good as it actually is because it's in the Batman universe. That's ridiculous to say. That's ridiculous because this is making the Batman. This is making the Batman universe better without a doubt. This is make the interest of the city of Gotham so much better. This is a better villain that we haven't seen characterized on screen since Heath Ledger's Joker. This is truly an incredible series, an incredible performance, an incredibly written show. Like, it's so ridiculous to say because it's in Gotham and the Batman universe, it makes it less good. No, Batman is better for this show, 100%. Go watch it. It's crazy good.
This might be on the fly. You don't have IMDb pulled up for this show at all,
I
do you?
can pull it up. I can pull it up.
So my favorite character throughout the show, Colin Farrell did a good job, but he's not my favorite Penguin in this show. The little boy that played him as a kid is probably my favorite character. Like the accent that they gave him.
That kid.
He killed it with that accent. What's the kid's name? Do you have him on here?
I don't see him.
Go to all cast. Type in.
All right. Let's see. What's the guy's name? Oz Cobb. Do we see another Oz Cobb? Young Oswald. Ryder Allen, bro. This kid.
Oh, yeah. He killed it.
Ryder Allen. I don't know if he's from New York. I haven't seen him in anything else. It looks like he was in a film, Palmer.
His accent was fantastic.
He nailed it, dude.
He nailed it.
My goodness. Ryder Allen has got a bright future in front of him for sure. But yeah, it's getting into just the acting across the board. The acting was amazing. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how you can even get better. Like, I don't think you can get better acting. This show felt like The Sopranos, but faster. It felt like The Sopranos, but with more intrigue. It wasn't as slow, and we were in Gotham, so there was inner city. Like I've always say, Gotham in Batman stories is a character. Yeah. Gotham, the city, is a character as much as any other character. So it can't, like, New York on some level, like New York can be a character in a show, and we've seen a lot of stories that do that. Where sometimes New York is not so much a character, but more just the setup, right?
Do you I had a question kind of going off of the city. What did you think about the character development specifically? And I
Joshua,
was thinking about this.
I'm giving this show a 10 out of 10.
Okay, that's ridiculous. You
No,
gotta
it's
find
not.
something that's not perfect about it.
No, it's
That's
not.
ridiculous. I gave it a 7.9, and I was
What
legitimate about
in this
that.
show was bad?
Um, so I wanna talk about this. Victor's character specifically and the character development with Victor. Do you feel like so I know what they were trying to do with his character. They were saying he at the beginning he was just boosting cars, kind of very timid. He had the stutter, and that's why he could trap Oz kind of trapped him. And then as the show goes on, the season he gets more confident. Oz kind of helps him, and then at the end he ends up killing Squid. Is that his name? The
Yep.
guy that
Squid.
was making him boost cars at the beginning. And he built his confidence, but I feel like, and I thought about it because I wanted more with that of like the character development, and it felt like to me it was like this, and didn't feel like we felt him growing with confidence. It was just like, oh, now he has more confidence because he's around more. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Like
No,
almost like a jump, and it's like
there was
okay,
there was one episode where there was a little bit of a time jump where they found the caves and they were going to set up the drug
mhm,
operation, right? The what is it? The Bliss operation. And then there was a time jump of either a few weeks or a couple months, right?
yeah,
In between episodes. I'm perfectly fine with that time jump because we had to move it along. We can't just we need to see where Oz is going and where he's going to end so that he's positioned on the chessboard for the Batman Part 2 movie that's going to be coming out in
yeah. It
2026.
clearly
We
this
couldn't
is
just trudge our way through him trying to build up this drug operation and give us as much story as what we got at the end, right?
yeah. I
So
don't
I
think
don't know. I
I
thought there was a lot of emotional impact when Squid was killed by Victor. And so I felt like there wasn't a big enough jump to where I feel like, oh, now he's super confident, right? It was more so I felt like he was still very timid. And I don't think besides the natural progression of time, I didn't feel like there was any hiccup there.
okay. I thought I personally felt, and maybe because I binged the show, I didn't watch it week by week. I binged it, um, and watched it all kind of in. It was on in one day. I had a day off from work, and I'm like, let's just put the show on, and I kind of just watched all of it, and um, I personally felt like there was too much. Like it didn't feel gradual. It felt jumpy to me a little bit. Maybe that was just how I watched
It's
it.
because you binged it, dude.
No, it just I didn't no, I still just being able to see all the episodes, I still felt, you know, it like jumpy, especially from Victor as a character. I didn't have a problem with um who's some of the other characters that were in it.
Sophia?
Sophia, she felt good. It was just Victor that I felt a little jumpy with.
What about
But
Oswald? Was
he
he
felt good.
served? Was he served? Because he was the main character. Was
He
his
was
development
served,
served
but
and was
I didn't feel like he didn't have a strong character development in like building his confidence as the drug lord, because it almost felt like at the beginning when he shot Sophia's brother, whatever his name is, Falcone, he already had that confidence in like this guy's not gonna laugh at me. So then he shot him, and he's like, I shouldn't have done that, but it wasn't like he already had that in him. So I didn't feel like his character
yeah.
built very much. There wasn't much character development needed for his character. He already had it.
But they also developed his character going into the show from the
Yes,
Batman.
yes, yes.
So he literally had an entire car chase, an entire shootout. They established his position in running the club. Like everything was set up for him to just jump right into here. And also, we're going to tell some backstory with his mom and him, right?
Yes.
So
They
his
didn't
positioning in Gotham,
Gotham.
his position in Gotham, and now that the Falcone is dead from the Batman, and then he has the Falcone legacy to deal with because he was employed under them.
Yeah.
That's where we enter the story. And I feel like with that knowledge of what the first movie set up, I don't feel like it skips a beat. I'm just saying, look, I know it's and this is kind of something I've been considering is could I ever give a show a 10 out of 10 without enough building, as you're saying, without enough development, as you're saying? And I'm saying, like, I think this might be a new correct trend that Warner Brothers could build on with other franchises, where if they're doing it with Dune right now, all right?
Yeah.
They have some Warner Brothers movies or just movie, and either they do a show that helps bridge the movies and build out a character, or they build out the universe. So like Dune, I don't know how much Denis Villeneuve is involved with the Dune Prophecy show that's about to drop.
Yeah.
But I know Matt Reeves was an executive producer on The Penguin, who is the creator and director of The Batman. So Matt Reeves is totally greenlighting everything in this show for this character, for his movies. I think that's smart, and I think it allows for getting more 10 out of 10 shows, because if it didn't have the movies, I might put this at a 9 or an 8. But with the addition of the movie, and hopefully the next movie's really awesome because of this show, I think it really builds its score in my mind. And maybe that is a trend that can be followed. Movies plus series in universe.
Yeah, I definitely think this was strong.
And not like
So,
Marvel and Star Wars, by the way. Sorry.
yeah, we're not gonna we'll get another season of a in Gotham show. I don't think we'll get another Penguin show. I don't think we'll get season 2
No.
of the Penguin. We are going to get. So I almost feel like, and this might be wrong, I'm just kind of throwing something out there as kind of a creative idea. You set up I don't know if movie will set up show or show will set up movie, maybe, but we're going to be getting Batman Part 2 next. That's going to set us up for some kind of bad guy, maybe the Joker, and then maybe we'll get a Joker season.
No,
Then
I think they've already said the Joker will be the villain in the third Batman movie.
I'm just saying, like, we'll get movie that will bring the next character and will give character development for that season, and then movie character type thing. So I think we're going to jump around with more characters and then create a season based off what they give us in the movie. And yeah, I don't know if it will be the joke. Not the Joker next. It'll probably be the third movie that the Joker's in, but maybe like we talked about, I think we did we do a live stream talking about this already? It might be the Riddler, maybe.
Well,
I mean, not the Riddler, not the Riddler, Scarecrow.
Yeah, we did a podcast that's coming out this Friday.
It might be Scarecrow that is next, and maybe they'll make a show about that. That'll be fun.
I don't know. I think that's a lot of speculation. Maybe. It's very possible. I think this is fascinating. If you haven't watched The Penguin, you're really missing out, because this show is definitely, I think it's way better than House of the Dragon season 2. So I think it's the best thing all year.
It's different.
Unless Dune Prophecy is so incredibly good that it overshadows this.
Yeah.
Which I'm a big fan of Dune. It's very possible it could overshadow it if it's really good. But I think this is probably, for me, and I think for a lot of people, the best show of the year.
Yeah.
And I've seen a majority of the shows. Like, obviously, like what's the trash we've gotten this year? We've gotten The Acolyte from Disney Plus. We
From
got
Disney Plus.
we got
We got a
freaking
lot.
Rings of Power season 2 from
Agatha all the way.
Prime. Agatha All Along from Disney. Ugh. These are complete duds. Now, we did get House of the Dragon season 2 this year, but it wasn't as good as the first season.
It was good.
It was okay. I had some qualms. I feel like nothing big happened. There was one battle that felt consequential, but nothing like huge happened. It felt like we were just still setting up for something big, you know? And we felt like the whole first season was doing a lot of setup. So I think that it's definitely on track to be really good. I don't like that they blue balled us for a few more years, or a year, however long it's going to take to do season 3. I don't like that. The Penguin was satisfying.
What other shows
Engaging.
did they come out with? Did HBO come out with this year?
Let me take a look.
Because I'm just curious. HBO is doing a decent job when it comes to coming out with content compared to everybody else. I mean, even things like Netflix. We don't have like we're expecting next year Stranger Things, which is going to be big, but like this year felt very slow for even Netflix.
Yeah. So they're just showing like a lot of House of the Dragon stuff.
There was a lot of swing and miss for Disney, but nothing hit. And then Amazon had some swings that were, maybe foul balls. They hit it, but maybe they weren't great. But HBO's been doing some. They always swing and pretty much at least get a single. Maybe not a double, but they'll get a single.
They swing and they hit something. They're not making complete garbage. Whereas Disney, I feel like this year just made garbage. I don't know. Maybe with the exception of Inside Out 2, I feel like Disney this whole year was just complete trash. And we'll see if Moana 2 is any good. But if you check out our video we did a couple weeks ago, I don't have a whole lot of hopes for Moana 2 because it was written to be a series, and then they makeshifted it into a movie, a sequel, which I don't think you can just morph it into something like that. I think it's going to fall short. It'll make money. Doesn't mean it's going to be good.